Again, they have defended America through both the best of times, the worst of times, and they have performed their duties tirelessly with little recognition or fanfare. I would like to thank you all for being here today to celebrate 75 years of Jeep and the veterans for being there for our country. May God bless you, all of our veterans, and continue to bless this great nation, the United States of America. Thank you.
Okay, before I bring the next two people to the stage, we're going to honor our lead retiree. I just want to give you a little personal opinion of mine. And it should be every person's opinion in this room. The next two people coming to the stage are President Bruce Baumhauer and Regional Director Ken Lawrence. These two guys, in my opinion, have the toughest job in the city, if not the state. They are definitely our best friends as young people and our best friends as this community. If you knew the things that goes on behind the back doors and all the hard work and stress that you guys put in, you would join me in standing on your feet and put your hands together for President Bruce Baumhauer and Ken Lawrence.
Thank you so much for everything that you've done for today's event. It far exceeded anybody's expectations. We started talking about this in January, and we asked the city, the people who do these kind of events, what kind of crowd could we expect? She said, well, I think we're going to get 20,000. We said, 20,000? Yeah. And then she later on said, I think we're going to get 25,000. I just asked Cindy Kerr, how many people were downtown today? Because she does that for a living. She said between 35 and 40,000 people. I want to thank everybody in this community. I want to especially thank all of you because you're my boss. And I tell people all the time, I said, I have the best job in America. They said, who's your boss? I said, I have 9,300 bosses. And I love every single one of them because they just hired me again for 3 more years. But I thank you every day for letting me have the job that I have. But I have another boss too. So you're the one who decides if I get hired or fired. But there's a guy I meet with every week just about. And I get direction from him on where we're taking our union, what are our priorities, what things I ought to be working on. And to have your boss be one of your best friends you've ever had in your life is pretty special. And my boss is one of my best friends, and I want you to welcome Ken Lawrence, Region 2B Director for Ohio and Indiana for the UAW. Give him a big welcome.
Thank you. Thank Bruce. I want to thank you. Your fingerprints are all over this festival here today, and the great job he does at Local 12. Bruce and his team at Local 12 put this thing together, and it far exceeds any expectation I had to see here today. I want to hit just a little bit of history because this all ties together. And soon after the start of World War II, the United States government decided that they needed a small 4-wheel drive, durable utility vehicle. The Army put together some real strict criteria for what this vehicle would have to, how it would have to perform, and then they put it out to 135 different car companies to build a working prototype within 49 days. And the first place they went to was a company called Bantam in Butler, Pennsylvania. Bantam hired a high-dollar engineer from Detroit to help him engineer, design, and build that prototype. And on his way from Detroit to Butler, Pennsylvania, he stopped at the Toledo Dana Spicer plant and said, I need to talk to you about building axles and transfer cases for this vehicle. Well, Dana Spicer was about 2 miles, less than 2 miles from our Toledo Jeep Willys Overland plant. So they got together, started building it. The Army questioned Bantam's ability to meet build orders, something that we run into constantly today in our auto industry. So the Army encouraged both Ford Motor Company, Willys Overland, and Bantam to continue to design and develop this vehicle. And the Willys Overland Jeep came in just a little bit overweight. It was supposed to be 2,160 pounds. They were a little overweight, but they also provided a much more horsepower, a bigger engine. So the Army said, we'll raise that weight restriction because we really like this vehicle. So when it all was done, Bantam, Ford, and Willys all qualified to build the vehicle for the United States government. So now it came down to price, and Willys Overland won the contract to build those Jeeps. That's that's something that we continue to face. So Dana Spicer here in Toledo built the transfer cases and the axles for the first World War II Jeeps, and then of course we built the Jeeps at our Jeep plant. Now we have today with us in the crowd, had an opportunity to talk to a few of them, some Jeep retirees who built those World War II Jeeps. And if we would, let's give them some recognition for their work. And we've also got some of those Dana Spicer retirees with us today that built those first axles for that Jeep. So let's recognize them as well. And then it's only fitting to recognize all Jeep retirees all the way through the current workforce that continues to keep this thing going that started 75 years ago, and the great work they do. So I want to recognize them as well. And history has a habit of repeating itself, because time and time again, the various owners of our Jeep facility have redesigned the Wrangler, and time again, we've had to win our place to continue building that Wrangler. And we've done that. So history has repeated itself, and it repeats itself again with the next generation Wrangler, when the Dana workers here in the city of Toledo will once again be building the axles for the next generation Wrangler right here in Toledo. This community can take great pride in the past, current, and future Jeep workforce, because time and time again, they have been named the most productive assembly plant in North America. And just like the Jeeps they build, the workforce never gives up. Their efforts, hard work has kept Jeeps rolling off the assembly line right here in Toledo since 1941. And with the hundreds of millions of vehicles built in this country every year, there is no vehicle that has contributed more to our armed forces, our freedom, our community, and our country than the Toledo-built Jeep. And there is no more appropriate name for that vehicle than what it's known by all over the world, and that is the Toledo-built Jeep. Congratulations to everyone. This is a proud day for our community.
Now we have a presentation by President Bruce.
I'd like to, we have two retirees. We put an article in our newspaper asking to get a hold of people who worked during World War II. We have two very special ones that came down and we've been meeting with here in Storage for the last several weeks. The first one here, I'm going to tell you about Kaz. Kaz hired in a Jeep plant in 1941, just as the war started, and he built the Jeeps that were going to go overseas. 2 years later, he joined the United States Marines, and he ended up in Hiroshima. He ended up driving the Jeeps that he had built in Toledo for the previous 2 years. He fought the war for 3 years. In 1945, he came back and got his job back at Jeep and worked for us another 33 years. How about it right here? We have a plaque that says the 2016 Toledo Jeep Fest Steering Committee recognizes and honors all retired Jeep workers, and he accepts this on behalf of all of our retired workforce. And Betty Barnes hired in the plant in 1943, and y'all heard of Rosie the Riveter, right? When women came into the work site and helped out during the war when the men were fighting the war. Betty came in and did that in 1943. She worked in our salvage department, and she was one of the first pioneers of that movement of that era. The Toledo Blade has a story about her today or yesterday. Yesterday's newspaper has a really nice story about the work that she did. So let's hear it for Betty Barnes. Kaz would like to say a few words. Is that okay?
Well, first thing, I'm not a politician, so I'm not a good speaker. And I want to thank everybody for being here. My conference was a big corporation that started in 1941 as a graduate of the high school. My son was elected, went to Toledo. Laid off the first letter, and I heard there were a lot of people at the Cape class. So if you get a job, you have to go on Huron Street. That's where the union office was, on Huron Street. The waiting in line, about 400 people in line to go to the application to get a job. I went down there, standing in the line, got my application there. I went down to North Pole. North Pole waited 3 days to get the job. And I started working here in 1941 in a paint shop. And after in 1943, February, I went to the Marine Corps as a volunteer. I volunteered to serve the country. And I lucky to be back at the night. And the Margaret Cat, the Mother's Cat, we got all the people that have come back from the war. I saw by the cat, and I appreciate everything that the union done for me, and especially to me the honor to be on this stage. And thank you for everything. And I want to thank Marcy Casper. And not for her, we've never been recognized. And the trustees want to put the memorial in Washington, D.C. for the World War II veterans. And my God, she's so kind. She's my girl. She always was, because I remember her when she first went to the office. They had met her at the Union Hall that night. She made me don't remember, but I do. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for being here. As I said, I'm here to speak.
We're going to hang this in our Union Hall on behalf of both of you, on behalf of all the retirees, but accepted by both of you. So thank you again, both of you.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Dan. Next, we have to come to the stage, President of City Council, Steve Steele, on behalf of Mayor Paul Hutchinson, who's going to give an award. Please put your hands together and welcome Steve Steele.
Thank you, and on behalf of both my fellow city council members and on behalf of the mayor, Paula Hicks Hudson, Welcome, those of you that aren't from Toledo, welcome to our lovely city, the home, of course, of Toledo Jeep. Thanks to everyone that has been involved in this great event, bringing a spotlight on one of the signature products that are produced right here in our lovely city, the Toledo Jeep. So thank you, and thanks to all the organizers of this event.
Well, that concludes our program. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Sorry. Hold on 1 second.
One final thing, I want to make a special thank you to all our sponsors, but especially to two sponsors that were the title sponsors who jumped in the first time we asked them. That was Mercy Health Partners, a big hand for Mercy Health Partners. And also for Dana Corporation, who came right in alongside them and equaled their sponsorship. Those two were the title sponsors. Thank you, Mercy and Dana. Final thing I'd like to do is make a few quick presentations. I want to thank all these folks for supporting the first ever Jeep event. It took about 2 minutes to have Pete Kirkin say, "I'm in." And he not only said, "I'm in," but he said the county will throw in $25,000 check. So on behalf of all of us in Toledo, Pete, we'd like to present you. Let me read it. I just read one. I got 6 of these to give out. Celebrating 75 years. This is our poster. Toledo Jeep Fest, celebrating 75 years on Saturday, August 13, 2016, to the County Commissioners. Pete, Tina, and Carol, thank you so much. Pete says, let's do it again. And I mentioned earlier about Ken Lawrence. After Mercy and Dana came in, I called Ken Lawrence. Actually, I didn't call Ken Lawrence. Ken Lawrence called me. He said, "What do you need for Jeep Fest?" I said, "I think we're good. We're raising some pretty good money." He said, "Come on, I want to see you. I walked in the result and hand you a $10,000 check to support this event." How about Ken Lawrence? Let's give him a big hand and appreciation. And of course, once again, the best congressperson we've ever had, Marcia Kaplan, her award. Oh, where's Annie? Representing Senator Sherrod Brown, Annie Longsworth. She's going to accept this on behalf of Senator Sherrod Brown. Thank you, Annie. Tell the Senator thank you so much. Appreciate it. Senator Brown was going to be here, and he had a very dear friend who passed away and had a funeral today. He had to go back. That's the end. To wrap it up. I'm going to turn it back to the Master of Ceremonies to wrap this thing up. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate you.
Once again, I guess it's official. We want to thank everybody for coming out, all of our guests. This was a really big deal to me. Like I said, 75 years, and the turnout on such a day that wasn't perfect, but all of you guys showed up for the participants. And it's because of this community and the workers that we are where we are today. We all know that there was a lot of people that gave up on us, but we're still here. We're going to continue to do this. See you guys in 75 more years. Thank you very much.
I'll take it for you.
They use them inside the plant, Jeep, move Jeeps. Yeah, they didn't really sell very good.
Thank you.
We found it at a gas station down
I got a bunch.
going out of business.
I got you before you're in there. I got you guys set. All right. Hey, hey.